Chapter 21. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As soon as Chen Xuan approached, Zhou Wan'er approached him directly, her red lips exuding fragrance, and whispered softly in Chen Xuan's ear. For so long, you have been playing with me for so long, but you have never used the telekinesis that is exclusive to the Jindan stage, and you also specifically asked for a place in the secret realm. Your two wives are too weak and have no qualifications to grab resources, so I guessed it. Is it possible that I don't want to do this? Chen Xuan said calmly. It's not impossible, but the probability is not high. Your various behaviors have shown that you are not in the Jindan stage. Zhou Wan'er locked Chen Xuan's neck and laughed. Ahem, okay, Sister Zhou, let go quickly, otherwise I'm afraid something will really go wrong. Is it really going to go wrong? What's the problem? Zhou Wan'er finally mustered up the courage to a Chen Xuan. How could she let go? She must cherish this opportunity. Sister Zhou. I have to go back. It's been too long. Don't let City Lord Zhao get suspicious. Chen Xuan couldn't stand the woman's attack and had to run away first. Oh, I still have a lot to say to you, brother. Stay with me for a while longer, Zhou Wan'er blushed and said coquettishly. After all, this was the first time in her life that she did this. She also had a lot of courage to do this to a brother who was much younger than her. Ahem, sister, this is the City Lord's mansion after all. If City Lord Zhao knew about it, it might not be good, right? Chen Xuan quickly changed the subject. Humph, what are you thinking? I'm your sister. Isn't this normal? Zhou Wan'er became even angrier when she mentioned this. Chen Xuan was speechless. This woman didn't take Zhao Dalong seriously, did she? He really didn't know what this woman was thinking. If you don't let me go like this, I'm really going to go completely crazy. Chen Xuan deliberately pretended to be serious. Then come on, I just want you to like this anyway. Zhou Wan'er locked Chen Xuan in a rage, pouted, and whispered in his ear with her red lips. As for why she was so bold, it was because Chen Xuan had placed the formation he had refined before, so that people talking inside could not be heard outside, but people talking outside could be heard inside. Damn it, you asked for this. Chen Xuan was not the protagonist of a boy's skill, and he would not suddenly open his mind until the last stage. He really couldn't stand Zhou Wan'er's series of actions, so he had no choice but to stop. So, Chen Xuan used his wrist to pull the distance between the two. Zhou Wan'er. I want to be quiet, Sister Zhou, please treat me to tea. Just when Zhou Wan'er was about to ask in confusion, she found that her chin was pinched by someone, and before she could react, her red lips were also blocked by someone. Chen Xuan tasted the unique tea of the City Lord's mansion. Just when the two wanted to continue drinking tea, the maid knocked on the door. Madam, the master is here. He said he wants to discuss something with you. The two had to give up. Chen Xuan put down the teacup, helped Zhou Wan'er clean up, and then walked out of the room expressionlessly. Hey, Brother Chen, is the treatment finished today? Well, your wife's condition is almost cured. I plan to go into seclusion recently, so I won't come to treat her next time. This. Is my wife okay? That won't affect it. I have just checked your wife's body and she is basically fine. That's good. Thank you, Brother Chen. It's my duty. I take money and do things for others. By the way, brother, I have one thing I don't understand. Brother Chen, which secret realm quota do you want to give to whom? Well, to be honest, he is a nephew of my master, so he can be regarded as my junior brother. This secret realm is not too dangerous, so I plan to let him go there to experience it. I see, since he is your junior brother, I am relieved. Chen Xuan. Brother Chen, please come. Seeing the puzzled Chen Xuan, Zhao Dalong directly invited him to Zhou Wan'er's room. Zhou Wan'er was wrapped up tightly at this time, and only her wrists and neck could be seen. What does Brother Zhao mean? Don't worry, my dear brother. I plan to let your sister-in-law go to the secret realm as well. I am afraid that something will happen to your sister-in-law, so I want to ask your junior brother to escort her along the way. What? I want to go to the secret realm too. I am just a mortal. Do you want me to die? Zhou Wan'er looked at Zhao Dalong and said, she wanted to go in her heart, but she had no reason to go, so she had to refuse. I also think it's inappropriate. My junior brother's cultivation is still shallow, how can he protect my sister-in-law? Don't refuse first, my dear brother. My city lord's mansion will definitely send someone to go there. If this trip it will be safer if your junior brother accompanies you. Zhao Dalong ignored Zhou Wan'er's question and said to Chen Xuan. This still depends on my sister-in-law's wishes. Doesn't she want to go? My dear brother, you are wrong. Your sister-in-law is not in good health. There is a spiritual spring in the secret realm that can nourish the body. If she bathes in it, she will definitely be strong and healthy. Zhao Dalong had a righteous look on his face, but Chen Xuan knew his plan. He just felt that it was not safe to take blood in Yenyu City, and there was really no worry in the secret realm. He wanted to be complete, and he was crazy about it. Although he cherished Zhou Wan'er, everything had to give way to his thing. As long as he became complete, what would happen if he lost Zhou Wan'er? Chen Xuan still had 2 beautiful wives at home. They were just helping him raise them. What's more, his behavior would not theoretically kill Zhou Wan'er, it would just make her weak. Chen Xuan frowned, this was completely different from the original text. It was probably a quota left by Qin Feng, and now it was given to Zhou Wan'er. Unlike Zhao Dalong, Chen Xuan knew that Zhou Wan'er's body could not withstand the refining of blood essence. Once refined, she would definitely die. No, I won't go even if there are people. Wan'er, don't make a fuss. It would be bad if my brother laughed at her. Zhao Dalong's tone was gentle, but he didn't give Zhou Wan'er a chance to refuse. Okay, I'll tell my junior brother and ask him to take good care of my sister-in-law along the way. That's great. Zhao Dalong clapped his hands and smiled. Chen Xuan said goodbye to Zhao Dalong and returned to his residence. Although he tried his best to act as if nothing had happened, his heart was surging. Zhou Wan'er, this demon, lit a fire in his heart. Just when he was about to explode and burn, Zhao Dalong came. Now he must use Lin Shuiyao's unique spiritual water to extinguish this fire in his heart. Chapter 22. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Soon, the time came to the day when the secret realm was opened, and Qin Feng really ran away as he said, taking advantage of the guard's inattention. As for where he ran to, Chen Xuan didn't know, but he estimated that Qin Feng might have returned to Xianyang sect. System, help me exchange the substitute doll. Note, this item is a consumable, and the use period is 2 months. During this period, it can only simulate breath and communicate remotely. Do not contact with people, otherwise it will lose its effect. Do you want to exchange it? Exchange. Ding, the substitute doll is exchanged successfully, and a total of 10,000 life points are consumed. In an instant, a painted skin doll appeared in Chen Xuan's hand. Chen Xuan directly forced out a drop of his own blood and dripped it on the doll's head. The moment the blood dripped, the doll's appearance changed drastically, and it turned into Chen Xuan's appearance. Even the breath is unique. Chen Xuan also magically has 2 visions, and can switch back and forth. Then Chen Xuan told Lin Shuiyao and Jin Ruoyan that he would be in seclusion for a period of time. After giving the 2 women the treasures to protect themselves, he controlled the puppets and sat in his room to meditate. His original body wore a human skin mask as thin as a cicada's wing. Chen Xuan's face changed, and his whole appearance changed drastically. Chen Xuan looked ordinary and inconspicuous. He was a bit of a supporting actor. The only thing worth mentioning was his middle-parted hairstyle. I haven't taken you with me for a long time. I, Kai Kuan, am back in the arena again. After saying this, Chen Xuan went to the city lord's mansion and prepared to go to the secret realm. You are Kai Kuan's younger brother, you are really, a young hero, manly. Zhao Dalong praised. Thank you for the compliment, city lord. Chen Xuan said lightly, and didn't compliment Zhao Dalong, just being a fool. Since everyone is here, let's set off quickly. Time is money. Zhao Dalong waved his hand and led everyone out of the city lord's mansion. Along the way, Zhao Dalong kept introducing the secret realm to Kai Kuan, and Chen Xuan listened with great interest. Finally, they all came to the entrance of the secret realm, where the people from the 4 major families had gathered and were waiting for the people from the city lord's mansion. Chen Xuan looked at the secret realm curiously. To be honest, he had been hiding in the sect for so many years and had never seen what the secret realm looked like. He looked around and saw a huge stone door leading to the underground at the end. Various complex runes were carved on the stone door, flashing a faint light. Behind the stone door was a dark space, which seemed to hide countless secrets and dangers. Zhou Wan'er sat in the sedan chair and did not show up. Okay, now each of you take out the secret realm token, hold the token and pass through, and you can enter the secret realm. Zhao Dalong said, took out a small jade bottle and handed it to everyone. There are elixirs to restore spiritual energy inside. The people of the city lord's mansion have only one purpose, and we will not compete with you for resources. I hope you will give us a favor. After seeing Zhao Dalong's generosity, the people of the families also bowed their hands to welcome him, saying that they would not be enemies with the city lord's mansion. Okay, let's not talk too much, let's go in together. As Zhao Dalong's voice fell, the young disciples held tokens one by one and entered the secret realm. Chen Xuan was no exception. He felt a black screen in front of his eyes, and the whole person entered a dark space. When he reacted, he had already arrived in the secret realm. However, he was alone at this time. Everyone would be randomly scattered everywhere the moment they entered the secret realm. And this is extremely dangerous for Zhou Wan'er, even if she has a treasure for self-defense, so Chen Xuan's first goal now is to find Chen Wan'er first and ensure her safety. It's really troublesome, but who can make me reluctant to part with this beautiful sister-in-law? Then Chen Xuan took out a compass, and took out Zhou Wan'er's bellyband from somewhere. This was the last time Zhou Wan'er took the initiative to him, and he took it and carried the ball a few times. He put the two together, and then began to activate the magic weapon. The needle on the compass turned rapidly, then gradually slowed down, and finally pointed in a direction. Chen Xuan immediately ran in the direction indicated by the needle, at a very fast speed. There is no way, his current cultivation is only the 4th level of qi refining, and he can only have such a speed with a good set of equipment. He has been stuck in this realm for a long time. Even Jin Ruoyan is about to build a foundation, but he is still standing still. The strange thing is that no matter how he practices, it seems like he has encountered a bottleneck. No matter what, it was just one step away from the final blow, and then it could not break through. On the other side, Zhou Wan'er was standing in an unfamiliar jungle, constantly running away. She was holding a jade rui, which was engraved with a mysterious rune and looked very ancient. This was a defensive magic weapon and also her amulet. Behind her, there was a wolf-shaped monster chasing her. As a mortal, she naturally could not outrun the monster, but because of the jade rui in her hand, it would always protect her at the critical moment, so she could keep running. However, this time, just when the monster was about to catch up with Zhou Wan'er, a sword light flashed, and the monster was instantly cut into 2 pieces. Zhou Wan'er was also startled by this scene. She turned her head and saw Kai Kuan standing behind her. Is Madam okay? Chen Xuan asked with concern. No, it's okay. Zhou Wan'er covered her chest with some fear. She thought Chen Xuan would come to the secret realm, but he didn't come, but asked his junior brother to come. Why are you here? Zhou Wan'er was a little surprised. Of course I came to find you, what else can I do? Chen Xuan said with a smile, and he suddenly wanted to tease the lady in the red dress in front of him. Looking for me? Looking at Kai Kuan, who had a duck voice in front of him, Zhou Wan'er suddenly had a bad feeling. Yes, I came here to find you on purpose. You, what are you looking for me for? Don't come over. Zhou Wan'er held the jade rui and kept retreating. I saved your life as soon as I came here, don't you have to give me some compensation? Chen Xuan's voice was a little obscene, and he approached Zhou Wan'er step by step. Zhou Wan'er was shocked, she had never seen such a shameless person. But she knew that as a mortal, she was definitely not this guy's opponent, so she could only keep retreating. You, don't come over here, I can give you anything you want, as long as you don't come over here. Zhou Wan'er said. I want more than that, I also want your body. Chen Xuan said, revealing an evil smile. Chapter 23. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhou Wan'er turned pale with fear, and she turned around and ran away, but was soon caught up by Chen Xuan. At this time, Chen Xuan stopped pretending and took off the mask on his face, revealing his true face. Young lady, don't run, let's have a good chat. He regained his voice, but Zhou Wan'er didn't care about this at this time, and ran away quickly again without looking back. Chen Xuan. Finally, after Zhou Wan'er ran a long distance, she looked back. Chen Xuan. Why don't you run? Chen Xuan asked with a smile. You. Chen Xuan stepped forward, grabbed Zhou Wan'er's hand, and then pulled her into his arms. Let me go. Zhou Wan'er struggled desperately, but she couldn't get out of Chen Xuan's arms. Let me go. Zhou Wan'er shouted. She was very scared now, and she couldn't even recognize whether Chen Xuan in front of her was himself, and she didn't know what would happen next. You were reluctant to let go a few days ago, why do you change your attitude now? After saying this, Zhou Wan'er stopped moving. Show me your chest, Chen Xuan, but he still lifted up his clothes to show her a mole on Chen Xuan's chest, and she breathed a sigh of relief again. You took my things that day. Are you talking about this? Chen Xuan took out the belly band just now. Wow, you bad guy, you scared me to death. Zhou Wan'er cried and rushed to Chen Xuan, slapping him constantly, and even biting him. You didn't suspect that I was fake just now, did you? Woo, of course I suspected it, but I couldn't tell the difference. Do you know how scared I was? Woo. Okay, I was wrong, I'll apologize to you, okay? Chen Xuan was most afraid of women crying. The more they cried, the more he wanted to turn into a villain. You were wrong. Why did you want to scare me? I wanted to die just now. Then I'll compensate you, okay? What will you compensate me with? Zhou Wan'er had just finished speaking when she was all ready. You. She hesitated, and couldn't even finish her words. Then I'll use this to compensate you, okay? Chen Xuan said, taking out the precious body-protecting treasure, handing it to Zhou Wan'er, and asked with a smile. Zhou Wan'er got the treasure, and her face flushed. She never thought that Chen Xuan would be so generous. This is a rare treasure. Zhou Wan'er was holding the treasure in her hand, and was a little at a loss for a while. Wan'er, I won't scare you again. Chen Xuan whispered. Zhao Dalong brought me to this place, there must be some secrets that cannot be told. Tell me, maybe I have some tracking devices on me, and someone will come to find me soon. Zhou Wan'er's face flushed. Although she also wanted to leave everything to Chen Xuan, she definitely didn't want anyone to watch, even if her followers were all women. Don't worry, I will protect you. Chen Xuan's eyes turned. Yeah. Zhou Wan'er nodded, feeling warm in her heart. Although there are many dangers in this secret realm, she felt that she could feel much more at ease with Chen Xuan by her side. What should I do now? What do you mean, someone just tracked you, let me help you find the tracking device first. But. No buts. Chen Xuan remembered the very unpleasant experience last time. He was cruel, took out a new set of clothes directly, changed Zhou Wan'er's clothes neatly, and threw all the treasures on her body on the spot. Then he left the scene with a refreshed Zhou Wan'er. He would never allow the tragedy that happened last time to happen again. Chapter 24. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It was unknown how long it had been, but finally, Chen Xuan broke through the 4th level of qi refining and reached the 5th level. This was a qualitative breakthrough. And, at Zhou Wan'er's request, the two of them had a simple wedding ceremony in the cave. Zhou Wan'er also changed her words and called him husband. She has no relationship with the protagonist, but she also has destiny value. Ding, there is some relationship. If the host directly prevents the child of destiny from obtaining the opportunity, more destiny value will be given. You don't need to tell me this. If Chen Xuan gets the opportunity, I will be the first to die. In the cave, the two just talked for a while, and Zhou Wan'er began to worry again. Hey, husband, we will leave this secret realm sooner or later. Zhao Dalong will definitely be guarding the door. What should we do if his plan fails at that time? Chen Xuan touched her head lovingly. Don't worry, I have a way. You will always be mine. Husband, you are so nice. Then Chen Xuan took out 3 top-grade qi condensation pills given by the system and handed them to Zhou Wan'er. These 3 qi condensation pills can help you improve your cultivation in a short time, which is of great benefit to your cultivation. Thank you, husband. Zhou Wan'er looked at Chen Xuan gratefully and put away the qi condensation pills. That's just the beginning. What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. I'll ask you to give birth to my children in the future. Wan'er will try her best. Well, but what should you call me? Husband. Humph, I won't pay attention to you. Zhou Wan'er turned her back. Her husband was really bad. Not only was she more than 10 years older than him, but he also insisted that she call him something else. She didn't care about her face. But even though she was angry, her body was still very honest, and she even called out, after all, as a princess, she had never called him dad. Her father was a prince, so she had always called him father since she was a child. It was precisely because of this that Chen Xuan was very angry. It can only be said that trouble comes from the mouth. It's all because of you, this little, big demon. I don't know how long it has been. Maybe we can't get out when the time comes, and we will stay here forever. Humph. It's all because of you, my husband. You never let me rest. However, in Zhou Wan'er's opinion, if the two of them are really trapped in the secret realm, it would be a good thing. In this way, she can not only monopolize Chen Xuan, but also don't have to worry about Zhao Dalong's schemes and anger after getting out. She can give Chen Xuan more babies in the secret realm. Thinking about it, Zhou Wan'er actually laughed foolishly, which made Chen Xuan frown. Sister-in-law, what's wrong with you? Are you stupid? Fu. You said you would call me Wan'er. Chen Xuan possessed and whispered a few more words in Zhou Wan'er's ear. Her cheeks and ears turned red instantly, and her little hands kept pushing Chen Xuan. Okay, if you don't want to, then don't. It's time for us to go treasure hunting. Chen Xuan let go of Zhou Wan'er with a smile, took her hand, and walked forward. Zhou Wan'er followed Chen Xuan obediently, but her heart was sweet. She had been married for more than 10 years, but she had always been like this. Today, she finally. Didn't you already reach the Jindan stage before? You don't like these low-level medicinal materials and treasures, right? Zhou Wan'er was very confused. Although she was once a mortal, her vision was not low at all. She had seen a lot of good things. She would not look down on the things in this small secret realm at ordinary times. But now it's different. Not to mention that she can practice, she will have nothing to do with the Zhao family and the Zhou family royal family in the future. Some resources are still very important. Of course I don't like the things here, but there is a treasure that is very important. What treasure? Boundary heart. What? Husband, you mean, this small secret realm has produced a boundary heart? Zhou Wan'er was shocked. As a member of the royal family, even if she is just a mortal, she knows about the boundary heart. That is the boundary heart. As long as you refine it, it is equivalent to having a anywhere door connecting to the secret realm. You can enter this secret realm anytime and anywhere. Generally speaking, only some very ancient forces that have cultivated many secret realms will have a 1 in 1,000 chance of possessing this kind of boundary heart. Of course, don't think that people with boundary hearts are invincible. When the owner's cultivation is too high, they can't enter the secret realm, otherwise it will directly cause the secret realm to collapse. Unless the secret realm can be upgraded to become a cave heaven, she doesn't know what will happen next. Similarly, when the person who possesses the boundary heart dies, the boundary heart will also perish and will never regenerate. The people of the Zhou family, royal family. What they have, however, it is just a refined secret realm that can be entered through special means, but it is still far from having a world heart. I don't know exactly where this is. It is said to be in a lake. As long as we look for it with a map, we should be able to find it. But before that, Chen Xuan took out a human skin mask and gently put it on Zhou Wan'er's face. Then he took out the mask and put it on himself. Not long after the two of them walked, there was a sudden sound of fierce fighting in front of them. Chen Xuan and Zhou Wan'er looked at each other and saw vigilance in each other's eyes. I saw that in the open space in front, two groups of people were fighting fiercely. One side was a man and a woman. They were all wearing gorgeous clothes. Looking at the logo, it was the logo of the Wang family. The other side was a single person with the vicissitudes of life. It was Qin Feng. Chen Xuan was a little surprised. Qin Feng had obviously fallen into that situation, but he was still able to enter the secret realm. It can only be said that he is worthy of being the protagonist and the darling of heaven. Then, as long as you follow him, you will naturally be able to find the location of the boundary center. Without time to think, Chen Xuan directly replaced Kai Kun's mask and immediately changed another one. Now his appearance changed from a handsome young man to a wretched middle-aged man, and he also took out a whisk and put on a Taoist robe. The whole person was a wretched Taoist. Seeing this, Zhou Wan'er took a few steps back and was unwilling to approach him. Wu Yin Tianzuan, this fight, I have to participate. After saying that, he left Zhou Wan'er a bunch of treasures for self-protection, and rushed up to persuade them to stop fighting. Although his current cultivation is only the 5th level of qi refining, the equipment on his body can kill this group of foundation-building cultivators with one sword. Of course, facing the protagonist Qin Feng, who is like a cheat, it is still quite dangerous, unless he uses the experience card. But then he will be directly squeezed out of the secret realm. At this moment, Qin Feng was covered in blood and wounds, but he still maintained a fierce expression and looked very crazy. After all, he was already seriously injured, and he was tortured by others. His strength has greatly decreased now, and it is difficult for him to face these minions. The Wang family on the opposite side is in a worse situation. Both of them are seriously injured. But they are more numerous and can barely resist Qin Feng's attack. Wu Yin Tianzuan. Dear Taoist friends, I am a poor Taoist, please stop. Who are you? How did you get in? I see that your foreheads are black. If you continue to fight, I am afraid there will be a bloody disaster. I'm bloody you are only the 5th level of qi refining, and you dare to interfere in my affairs. You are simply courting death. Qin Feng said angrily. He was about to kill the 2 core disciples of the Wang family, but a Taoist priest jumped out in the middle and asked him to stop. He was still the 5th level of qi refining. Who would be willing to do this? Then Qin Feng roared, and the weapon in his hand attacked Chen Xuan directly. However, Chen Xuan was not in a hurry. He waved the whisk in his hand, and golden light burst out, instantly dissolving their attacks. My friend, I see that your forehead is the darkest. If you don't stop, there will be a bloody disaster. Humph, who do you think you are? How dare you teach me a lesson? Qin Feng saw that he couldn't hit it, so he took out his own flying sword, pinched the magic formula, and flew towards Chen Xuan. Wu Yin Tianzuan, I didn't expect that you have such a demonic thing in your hand. It seems that I have to take action to prevent the evil thing from hurting you. Chapter 25. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After saying that, Chen Xuan slowly took out an ordinary hammer from his storage bag and threw it directly at Qin Feng's flying sword. My thunder sound hammer is forged with the essence of heaven and earth, please be careful. As soon as he finished speaking, the thunder sound hammer hit the tip of the flying sword directly. Boom! Then, a series of lightning exploded instantly, directly deforming and twisting the flying sword and flying out, and the so-called thunder sound hammer was directly blown to pieces and disappeared. Puff. Qin Feng's natal flying sword was damaged, and he vomited a large mouthful of blood, and the whole person was listless. Ding, congratulations to the host for seriously injuring the natal spirit treasure of the Son of Destiny. The reward is 3,000 destiny value, and Qin Feng's remaining luck value is 27,000. If the Son of Destiny's luck value is less than 10,000, he will become an ordinary person. Huh. Can you still play like this? Chen Xuan looked at Qin Feng's flying sword, his eyes shining. Wulyan Tianzuan, Taoist friend, I didn't lie to you, you really have a blood disaster. He smiled and looked at Qin Feng, looking like a Taoist master. Qin Feng's face was full of disbelief. He never expected that he would meet such a weird and wretched Taoist in the secret realm. With the strength of the 5th level of Qi refining, he easily resolved his attack in the late stage of foundation building. The 2 core disciples of the Wang family were even more stunned at this moment. They quickly put down their weapons and dared not be arrogant anymore. Yes, I have a blood disaster, master, you are really accurate. I will leave now. Qin Feng spit out another mouthful of blood. Chen Xuan smiled slightly and said slowly, Wulyan Tianzuan, Taoist friend, please stop. I am Duanda, and I am here to exorcise demons and save the people of the world by the order of heaven. And the flying sword on Taoist friend is a demonic thing. If it is allowed to stay in the world, it will inevitably lead to the destruction of all living beings. Today, I will seal this flying sword here to prevent it from harming the people. After speaking, a golden talisman suddenly appeared in Chen Xuan's hand, and a strong breath emanated from the talisman. What is this? Qin Feng's pupils shrank, and this breath made him feel a little dangerous. The 2 core disciples of the Wang family changed their faces at this moment. They could feel that the breath emanating from the golden talisman was enough to destroy them in an instant. No, don't, Qin Feng roared, trying to stop Chen Xuan, but it was too late. The golden talisman in Chen Xuan's hand instantly turned into a golden light and rushed directly towards Qin Feng's flying sword. Boom! A violent explosion sounded, and the flying sword was instantly blown into countless pieces and disappeared. Puff! Qin Feng vomited blood again and fainted. Ding! Congratulations to the host for destroying the Destiny Son's life treasure, reward 5,000 destiny points, 1 year of cultivation. Chen Xuan smiled slightly, turned his eyes to the 2 core disciples of the Wang family, and smiled, 2 Taoist friends, you see, what I said is right, this Qin Feng is indeed in a bloody disaster. If he still doesn't repent, it won't be so simple next time. The 2 core disciples of the Wang family felt a chill on their backs at this moment, and their faces were as pale as paper. Yes, Taoist, you are right, we know we are wrong, please forgive us. The 2 core disciples of the Wang family hurriedly saluted respectfully. Wulyan Tianzuan, fellow Taoists, what are you talking about? There is no grudge between us, but you, fellow Taoists, are in danger of bloodshed. Chen Xuan smiled slightly, looking like a hermit. The 2 core disciples of the Wang family turned pale instantly, knowing that if they didn't give something, they might end up like Qin Feng. Master, you are so amazing. Our Wang family will definitely remember your kindness. After saying that, the 2 core disciples of the Wang family quickly took out some spirit stones and treasures from their storage bags and handed them to Chen Xuan respectfully. Master, this is a little gift from my Wang family. Please accept it. Chen Xuan took the spirit stones and treasures they handed over, smiled slightly, and the compassion on his face became even stronger. I am a ruthless person and have never coveted other people's wealth. However, the world is now under the invasion of evil spirits. In order to eliminate the evil spirits, I have to keep these properties for safekeeping. When the evil spirits are eliminated, I will naturally return these properties to you fellow Taoists. After hearing this, the 2 core disciples of the Wang family breathed a sigh of relief, at least their lives were saved. Okay, the 2 fellow Taoists still have their own opportunities to fight for, so leave on your own. After these words, the 2 Wang family members hurriedly left with all their might. Then Chen Xuan looked at Qin Feng, who was unconscious on the ground, with a gleam of light in his eyes. If he hadn't been useful, he would have killed Chen Xuan long ago. But the treasures on the protagonist belong to me. Husband, you are so awesome. No, I wasted a thunder fire bead and a golden light talisman, I am so sad. Chen Xuan tore off the mask and hugged Zhou Wan'er and said. I didn't expect that my husband is so bad and robbed people's things. Chen Xuan hit Zhou Wan'er hard. Wu Yen Tianzuan, little goblin, do you think I am such a greedy person? No, my husband is not, it's Wan'er who is wrong. Obviously, she is older than her husband, but she is the most passive party. Now she is beaten by this little man, but when Chen Xuan saw Zhou Wan'er's watery eyes, he was a little helpless. He picked up Zhou Wan'er and went to find a place to rest. He was tired all day and it was time to have a good rest. Early the next morning, Chen Xuan began to count the treasures he got from Chen Xuan. Blood jade Ganoderma. Red sun black iron. Star moon mirror. Golden yuan pill. This kid has a lot of good stuff, but he didn't even carry the skill of devouring people. Then he took out the blood jade Ganoderma and gave it to Zhou Wan'er. My husband, this is too precious, I can't accept it. Zhou Wan'er declined, she knew the price of blood jade Ganoderma. Wan'er, you started practicing late, and your blood and energy are deficient. This thing can just make up for it for you. In addition, you will have to give birth to a child for me in the future, so you will need this even more. Zhou Wan'er was deeply moved by Chen Xuan's words. If her body didn't allow it, she would have wanted to reward Chen Xuan well. Chapter 26. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Soon, after the two of them finished packing, Chen Xuan took out his compass and easily located Qin Feng's position. In the original text, Qin Feng was besieged by the crowd and fell into a spring, causing him to miss the opportunity to leave the secret realm. Then after the secret realm was completely closed, he successfully found the boundary heart in the spring and refined the boundary heart, and then he escaped. Now according to Chen Xuan's calculations, the secret realm will be closed in at most one day, so he must follow Qin Feng until he is besieged and falls into the water, so that he can know the location of the boundary heart. Although his intervention this time may change the original plot, in Chen Xuan's view, this will not affect Qin Feng's key nodes. There is no need for any logic to explain. Just 4 words, he is the protagonist. So in the end he will still stumble to find the location of the boundary heart, this is his fate. Even if he really can't find it, he will search it carpet style. Wan'er, let's go. Chen Xuan put away the compass and said to Zhou Wan'er. Okay, husband. Zhou Wan'er responded and followed Chen Xuan. Soon, the two of them found Qin Feng's trace in a dense forest. At this time, Qin Feng was besieged by a group of monks and was in a miserable state. Chen Xuan watched from a distance, with a smile in his eyes. As expected, Qin Feng was still besieged. He immediately took Zhou Wan'er and used the secret treasure that concealed his breath to quietly approach the battlefield. Humph, Qin Feng, you dare to kill our Wang family disciples, you must pay the price today. A disciple of the Wang family looked at Qin Feng angrily. Qin Feng held a long sword and looked at everyone with indifference. You Wang family people are just a bunch of trash, it's not a pity to die. Qin Feng said coldly. You. The disciples of the Wang family were even more angry when they heard this. Chen Xuan looked at this scene, and the corners of his mouth rose slightly. The good show is finally going to be staged, but soon, he couldn't laugh anymore. Qin Feng, Yanqin is a kind-hearted girl, you can't get your hands on her. I advise you to give up. Then I will go to the Lu family to propose marriage. In fact, at the beginning, he didn't know that there was a person named Lu Yanqin in the Lu family. It was not until Qin Feng participated in the competition that day that he saw Lu Yanqin's face, and then he fell in love with her at first sight. Qin Feng's expression instantly became sinister. Today, others can live, but this person must die. He has already found a way to die. Even Chen Xuan in the dark secretly remembered the appearance of this person. Lu Yanqin is already the meat on my lips, and there are still people who dare to think about her. I think he really has a way to die. As the battle progressed, Chen Feng gradually fell into trouble. He was not stupid. He ran away if he couldn't beat people. Anyway, he had killed several members of the Wang family, so it was not a loss, but the people of the Wang family were not fuel-saving lamps. They also knew Chen Feng's thoughts, so they followed Chen Feng closely and didn't give him any chance to escape. In this way, a chase battle took place in the secret realm, which was exactly the same as the original text. Chen Xuan and Zhou Wan'er in the dark followed the crowd closely, but did not participate in it, but observed silently. Being the sixth, during this period, Zhou Wan'er could not keep up with the speed, so she let Chen Xuan carry her and run. Husband, who do you think will win this battle? Zhou Wan'er asked. The Wang family will win. It's hard to say, right? Although the Wang family has a large number of people, Chen Feng is your junior brother after all. He can defeat the early stage of the golden elixir in the late stage of foundation building, and his strength is not bad. Zhou Wan'er analyzed. Are you stupid? Chen Xuan flicked Zhou Wan'er's head lightly. The latter puffed up her lips in dissatisfaction. The hateful husband actually dared to treat her as a little girl. She is much older than him. Then how do you think the Wang family can win? The Wang family has many people. The chase lasted for a short time, and finally, Chen Feng was forced into a valley by the Wang family. In the valley, the fog was filled, and there were cliffs all around. There was no way out. There was only a bottomless spring lying quietly on the side. The Wang family surrounded Chen Feng, ready to annihilate him in one fell swoop. Chen Feng stood in the center of the valley, holding the low-level spiritual treasure he had robbed, with a firm look in his eyes. Chen Feng, do you have any last words? Asked a core disciple of the Wang family. Last words? After today, there will be no Chen Feng in the world, only the Avengers. As long as I am alive, I will definitely destroy your entire Wang family. Chen Feng said coldly. The Wang family was shocked when they heard Chen Feng's words. Obviously, Chen Feng had been completely forced into a dead end by them. Go. Kill him. The Wang family members angrily shouted. Roared. Wu Yin Tianzuan. Chen Feng, with a crazy look on his face, trembled all over, as if he remembered some bad memories. Two people in the Wang family also trembled. Who? What person? Wu Yin Tianzuan, I am Duanda, and I am meeting all the Taoist friends. Chen Xuan and Zhou Wan'er, who had changed their appearance, appeared together. Where did you come from, stinky Taoist priest? Get out of here quickly, otherwise, you will stay forever. The cultivator who wanted to propose to Lu Yenxin said. Wu Yin Tianzuan, Taoist friend, I see that you have a blood disaster. Humph, what bullshit blood disaster, then I will show you my blood disaster. The cultivator attacked directly with anger, and the other two people who knew Duanda was powerful had no time to speak. Chen Xuan didn't say much, and directly attacked and threw a thunder and fire bead at him. Boom! After a violent explosion, the bead and the cultivator disappeared into the world together. Wu Yin Tianzuan, I have told you that you will have a blood disaster, why don't you listen? That the Wang family members didn't even have time to feel sad for the death of their companions. At this time, they only felt that they might have a blood disaster. Then, may I ask Master Duanda, when did you come here? The Wang family disciple who was tricked by Chen Xuan once stood up and asked. Hey, what can I do? I just happened to pass by just now, and saw that the young man was in a blood disaster, so I came in to kindly remind him. I never thought that he would not only not listen, but also attack me. The Wang family members were even more silent. By the way, I counted with my fingers, this secret realm is about to close. Do you have anything unfinished? If not, it's time to go back. Chen Xuan began to drive people away. Okay, then let's say goodbye, Taoist priest. Someone reacted first and directly pulled everyone out of the valley. As for Chen Feng, he ran away in the chaos. Oh no, second brother, the Taoist priest is right. There is still half an hour before the secret realm closes. We have been chasing Chen Feng for too long. Someone reacted now. Second young master, Chen Feng took advantage of the chaos to escape. He probably ran towards the exit. We still have time to chase him now. No, let's go back first. When we get outside, notify my eldest brother Wang Teng and his master. It will be easy to capture Chen Feng. Yes. Young master is wise. Chapter 27. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Husband, is this the place where the heart of the world was born? Zhou Wan'er asked. I'm not sure, but what I want to be sure of is that the secret realm is really about to close. If I don't leave, I may have to wait for decades or hundreds of years. Husband is my home. Zhou Wan'er approached and tore off the mask on Chen Xuan's face. Wan'er, I have already dedicated everything to my husband. As long as I can accompany my husband, Wan'er is already very satisfied. Chen Xuan also looked at Zhou Wan'er and said with pity, You are so stupid at this age, and you only say some little girl's words. But as long as you are willing, no, whether you are willing or not, I will always be by your side and walk through every corner of life with you. Zhou Wan'er was so moved that tears filled her eyes and she threw herself into Chen Xuan's arms. After the secret realm was completely closed, Chen Xuan hugged Zhou Wan'er and prepared to jump into the spring to find the heart of the world. She didn't want to watch Chen Xuan take risks alone, and she said she wanted to go together. The cultivators can use spiritual energy to breathe, as long as they hold the spiritual stone in their hands to absorb it. The two of them jumped into the lake carefully and swam towards the depths of the lake. The lake water was clear, but it exuded a gloomy and cold atmosphere. Sure enough, after the two of them swam in the water for a while, they were suddenly sucked by an inexplicable force and disappeared into the spring. Chen Xuan knew that it was the power of the heart of the world. The current scene was no longer in the spring, but an unknown underwater palace. As soon as they stepped into it, the buoyancy resistance in the water disappeared instantly, and the two stood in front of the palace, just like on the shore. This, woo, gurgle gurgle. Seeing this, Chen Xuan quickly held Zhou Wan'er's mouth to let her breathe. At the same time, he used spiritual energy to transmit the sound, telling her that they were still in the water. This lady really has no experience. When her body sense changed, she really thought she was on the ground. Zhou Wan'er kept nodding and pointing at herself. She didn't know how to transmit the spirit energy yet. Soon, the two of them were ready, and they walked into the palace hand in hand and began to look for the heart of the world. Fortunately, this was the reward for the protagonist to pass the level, and there was nothing to test. The two of them easily found a crystal emitting a faint light. Is this the heart of the world? Chen Xuan asked curiously. Zhou Wan'er shook her head, saying that she had only heard of it and had never really seen it. Chen Xuan nodded and looked at the crystal carefully, but at this moment, something strange happened. The heart of the world suddenly turned into a blue light and rushed straight towards Zhou Wan'er. Be careful. Chen Xuan hugged Zhou Wan'er directly and reached out to grab the heart of the world. But something unexpected happened to him. The heart of the world actually passed through his body and merged directly into Zhou Wan'er's body. Could it be because I am not from this world? While Chen Xuan was still muttering to himself, Zhou Wan'er was already scared silly. She didn't know why such a thing happened. Jia Xian is a good thing, but what if there is any danger? She hasn't given birth to a baby for her husband yet. How can she be willing to die like this? Chen Xuan looked at Zhou Wan'er's horrified expression, reached out and gently stroked her cheek, and comforted her. Wan'er, don't worry, since Jia Xian chose you, it means it is harmless to you. Besides, I am here to protect you. Even if there is danger, it can be avoided. Zhou Wan'er calmed down a little after hearing Chen Xuan's words. She looked at Chen Xuan with a trace of calmness in her eyes. But soon, her expression became painful, which made Chen Xuan very worried. What's wrong, Wan'er? He quickly hugged Zhou Wan'er and released his spiritual energy to feel the state of her body. In an instant, Chen Xuan felt the energy coming from the person in his arms. She had just started her cultivation and was at the first level of qi refining. Naturally, she couldn't withstand the energy brought by the world heart. Too much energy. What should I do? While Chen Xuan was extremely anxious, Zhou Wan'er was even more anxious than him. At this moment, she only felt that she was about to die. Before she died, she just wanted not to regret it. Facing Zhou Wan'er who was rushing up to her, Chen Xuan did not refuse. If it really didn't work, he could only improve his strength and take her out. However, at the moment when the two came into contact, Chen Xuan felt a large amount of world heart energy pouring into his body. But even Zhou Wan'er felt that she felt much better. She couldn't help but hug Chen Xuan tightly, constantly transmitting the world heart energy in her body for Chen Xuan to absorb. Time passed bit by bit, and slowly, Chen Xuan found that Zhou Wan'er still couldn't receive all the energy brought by the world heart, and couldn't help feeling a little anxious. Zhou Wan'er didn't seem to be very anxious, but slowly felt the energy of the boundary heart. The whole secret realm was in a state of great change, with lightning and thunder. This was the change that occurred in the secret realm when the boundary heart was absorbed. Chen Xuan, who was underwater, had to master the speed of refining this energy, otherwise, Zhou Wan'er would faint under the boundless energy of the boundary heart, and that would cause a big problem. In an instant, the lake was splashing with waves, and sweat broke out on Chen Xuan's forehead. He tried hard to control the energy of the boundary heart and prevent it from affecting Zhou Wan'er. This is a whole secret realm. He was really nervous, hugging Zhou Wan'er tightly, controlling the intensity of the waves in the secret realm while paying attention to Zhou Wan'er's condition, but Zhou Wan'er didn't seem to think so, but was extremely crazy about swallowing energy, wanting to quickly calm the turmoil in the secret realm. After all, she thought she was about to die, so she naturally didn't want to waste a minute or a second. Suddenly, Chen Xuan felt a strong energy surge in Zhou Wan'er's body. He looked at Zhou Wan'er in surprise, and saw that she was emitting a strong blue light, and the whole person seemed to have turned into a glowing crystal. Then this light was gradually transmitted to Chen Xuan, and he also received the energy of the world heart. After the two of them tried their best to refine and absorb for a while, a strong force suddenly broke out in Zhou Wan'er's body, instantly wrapping Chen Xuan and herself up. Then, Zhou Wan'er suddenly began to absorb power, and a huge vortex appeared in the center of the lake in an instant. Chen Xuan was trembling all over and sweating all over. After all, this is still a small world. Most of his own spiritual energy was consumed when refining the secret realm. And without spiritual energy, he became extremely weak. It was unknown how long it took for the secret realm to return to calm, and the two walked out of the lake hand in hand. "Husband, I was wrong. I thought I was going to die. And I didn't know that refining the world heart would change the secret realm." Zhou Wan'er acted coquettishly, but Chen Xuan no longer cared about this. He hunched over and slapped Zhou Wan'er hard before giving up. This was the first time he was bullied by a woman. Well, it was definitely the last time. There will be no future. Chapter 28. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding, congratulations to the host for the great opportunity of obtaining the Destiny Man Qin Feng. The reward is 10,000 destiny points, 3 years of cultivation, and a small spiritual vein. Small spiritual vein. Ding, the host cannot control it at present, so it is temporarily stored in the system space. Okay. After speaking, Chen Xuan felt his own realm and found that he was stuck at the 6th level of qi refining. He looked at Zhou Wan'er in front of him and seemed to understand some rules. Then, the two began to study the role of the fusion of the boundary heart. There is no doubt that now both of them have obtained the boundary heart, but their abilities are slightly different. Chen Xuan does not have control over the entire secret realm, but can only bring people in and out of the secret realm at will, but Zhou Wan'er is different. She can enter and exit the secret realm at will, but she cannot bring people into the secret realm by herself, but objects can. In addition, she has absolute control in the secret realm. In other words, she can change the secret realm into whatever she wants, and she is the only god in the whole secret realm. Of course, if there are people with higher cultivation in the secret realm, she and Chen Xuan can only drive them out at most, and they can't do anything to them. After all, the level of this secret realm is too low, and they can't hurt those people at all. After learning about her ability, Zhou Wan'er excitedly tried to change the terrain in the secret realm, for example, turning a lake into a huge mountain and a forest into a vast grassland. However, the scope of the secret realm is not large, and the actual size is probably only the size of the thief country, so it still needs to be conceived. Husband, the spiritual energy in the secret realm seems to have become less. Chen Xuan heard this and felt it, and it really became thinner. It should be that some of the treasures were taken away by the people who took the trial before. We can just grab a few spiritual veins and put them in later. Ah. Grab spiritual veins. At least you need to be at the level of nascent soul to do this. There is no such great cultivator in our Zhou royal family. Don't you believe me? I definitely believe in my husband. My husband will definitely become an immortal in the future. Zhou Wan'er covered her mouth and laughed softly, while Chen Xuan slapped the latter hard. Okay, you will know later. Then my husband, what should we do now? Of course we go out. Now the whole secret realm belongs to us. What's the point of staying in it? And if you encounter any danger later, you can return to the secret realm in an instant. There is nothing to worry about. But Zhao Dalong is waiting outside. What should I say? Chen Xuan thought for a while and told Zhou Wan'er the method. Bad guy, you are so hateful. Isn't this also a last resort? My dear lady, modified. Chen Xuan said with a sly smile. When Zhou Wan'er heard this name, she trembled all over and pinched Chen Xuan hard before she stopped. Afterwards, the two of them left the secret realm one after the other and returned to the outside of Yanyu City. City Lord, I'm afraid that my wife has met with an accident. Please accept my condolences. Yes, City Lord, this secret realm has been opened so many times, and there has never been a time when you can still come out. If it is opened again, it will take another 100 years, City Lord. By then, my wife will probably be. Shut up. Don't say more. Zhao Dalong slapped the person who persuaded him away with a slap, and then carefully glanced at the woman at the entrance. Han Wanqing reference, deleted for infringement. Around this woman, there is the kneeling Zhou Ko and a group of Wang family members, and Qin Feng is standing by the side with a trembling face. It can only be said that what is coming will still come, even if it is later. Han Xianzuan, don't worry, your nephew is so smart, and he will be fine. Zhao Dalong still stepped forward and said to Han Wanqing, Zhou Wan'er is not so important to him now, what is important is Kai Kun's life. This is also related to his own life. If he can't wait for Kai Kun, he is likely to be killed by the furious Han Wanqing. Even if he and Han Wanqing are both in the Jindan stage, there is still a gap between the Jindan stages. Just now, this woman beat Zhou Ko, who is in the late Jindan stage, and now Zhou Ko is still kneeling and dare not stand up. Han Wanqing stared at the entrance of the secret realm with a gloomy face. Without saying a word, time passed bit by bit, and finally, a ripple appeared at the entrance of the secret realm. Kai Kun came out, and soon after, Zhou Wan'er also came out. Brother Kai, you finally came out. That when Zhao Dalong saw Chen Xuan for the first time, he jumped up excitedly and breathed a sigh of relief. Lord Zhao, how are you? Chen Xuan said with a smile. Then, he felt feeling a very familiar sense of oppression. He wanted to run away. Good nephew, why do you want to run after seeing your aunt? A cold and ruthless voice sounded beside Chen Xuan's ears. Ahem, so you are here, aunt. Why didn't you tell me in advance so that I can let City Lord Zhao receive you well? Chen Xuan said with a smile. Yes, it's not too late to receive Fairy Han now. Come on, notify the City Lord's mansion to set up a banquet. Fairy Han, then I will go to set up a dinner for you first, goodbye. After speaking, Zhao Dalong bowed and left with Zhou Wan'er and others. He didn't even say a word to Zhou Wan'er, just wanted to leave this damn place quickly. You all go away too. Han Wanqing glanced at the Wang family, and they were relieved in an instant, and left here with all their strength. Master, I have some insights from this trip. This opportunity is hard to come by. Otherwise, I will go back to the sect to retreat first. Han Wanqing frowned, but still agreed. In the end, only Han Wanqing and Chen Xuan were left in this place. Take off the mask, it makes me upset. Han Wanqing said and directly reached out to take off Chen Xuan's mask without giving him a chance to refuse. The woman who just walked out with you has a lot of your aura on her. We support each other in adversity, so naturally we have to contact each other. Chen Xuan said calmly. Oh. What about your wives? They. Chen Xuan was about to bite the bullet to explain, but then he thought that he was no longer Han Wanqing's apprentice, so there was no need to explain anything. They are my wives, what's wrong with that? They. Yes. Who stipulated that I can't get married? No one stipulated it, right? You. Even if you want to get married, you should tell me, right? I am no longer a disciple of Xianyang's sect, nor your disciple, why should I tell you? And my cultivation is gone, even if I want to tell you, I don't know how to do it. As soon as these words came out, a strong wind suddenly blew in the forest. Okay. Okay. This is what you said. I didn't believe what Qin Feng said just now, but now, I see through you. After saying that, her figure disappeared in front of Chen Xuan. Chen Xuan was only slightly surprised by this. In his impression, with Han Wanqing's character, she would definitely punish him, but she didn't do so this time. It seems that she is a little disappointed. Angry? Or, sad? But when his cultivation was abolished, it was Han Wanqing who personally ordered Qin Feng to expel him from the sect. Now she came to find me again. She didn't ask me about the business, but kept asking questions about women. It was really inexplicable. Could it be? She got the script of chasing her husband to the crematorium. After all, I took care of her daily life. Now she regrets it after I left. Forget it, I'd better not guess blindly. The most important thing is to see my wife. Chen Xuan shook his head and walked towards the Qin family. He planned to pack up and move directly to the secret realm. Han Wanqing on the other side kept flying forward. I don't know how long it took. She stopped after reaching an uninhabited place. At this time, there were 2 tear marks on her face. She couldn't understand why she was like this after she came out of seclusion just for a while. Chen Xuan's own alchemy was destroyed by the explosion. Not only did he not look for me, but he also changed his mentality. He left the sect and his identity as his apprentice. If he looked for me, I would never let him leave. This is not the point. The point is that she traveled thousands of miles to Yenyu City and found Chen Xuan, but he actually got married. The object was the elder of another disciple of hers. Is there anything more outrageous than this? Getting married is fine, but what she can't stand the most is Chen Xuan's attitude. Especially when he said such harsh words to her with a cold face. It's like a stranger. She has never provoked him. At most, she likes to order him to serve her, and it's all for him. The more Han Wanqing thought about it, the more she felt wronged. You made a mistake in refining the pill, why do you treat me like this? It's not me who made you make a mistake. Then thinking about it, she couldn't help wanting to cry, but her character was born stubborn, and she would never let anyone see her weak side, so she could only leave, and now, after crying, she calmed down. He was still cultivating just now, wasn't he? So he wasn't destroyed by the explosion at all. Then why did he leave his master's sect and find a woman older than him? Instantly, Han Wanqing seemed what was caught. Chapter 29. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Older generation. Han Wanqing suddenly had an idea. Chen Xuan, could it be that his feelings for me have deteriorated? Otherwise, why would he rush to get rid of his status as my disciple and find a woman of the same generation as me? He even chose Qin Feng's mother specifically, just so that he could have more contact with me in the future. It's all my fault. I was too close to him, which led to him. However, when Han Wanqing blamed herself, she couldn't suppress the corners of her mouth, and she didn't even notice it. Traitor. Really a traitor. You actually have such thoughts about me, I am your master. Do you think that if you break off relations with me without permission, I will not be your master? Han Wanqing stomped her jade feet in anger, shyly. As for Chen Xuan, after returning to the Qin family, he saw the broken doll in his room and Lin Shuiyao with a strange face. "Husband, aren't you from the Shanghai realm too?" "Chen Xuan. There is no substitute doll in the Shanghai realm, so you are also from the outside world." Lin Shuiyao's tone revealed a hint of surprise and excitement. Chen Xuan was relieved. He thought Lin Shuiyao knew that he was from Earth. "This matter cannot be made public casually, understand?" "Yes, of course I know. But you, a demon, how did you make my substitute like this?" Chen Xuan pulled Lin Shuiyao over and was about to punish her. This is not my fault, it's Fairy Han. She went into your room as soon as she got home, said a lot of things, and then found that your stand-in didn't say anything, so she patted its shoulder, and that's what happened." "You mean Han Wanqing came?" "A day ago, the secret realm wasn't closed yet." "You knew I went to the secret realm? Where else could you go except there? Are you willing to leave me and Xiao Jin behind?" Lin Shuiyao said with a smile. "Good little goblin, let's see if I'm willing to leave you today." Lin Shuiyao felt dizzy, and when she came to her senses, she was carried to the bed by Chen Xuan. After a period of practice, Chen Xuan also learned about Lin Shuiyao's life experience. She was unwilling to say it before, but when she found out that she was not a local, she was willing to tell everything. It turned out that she was not a cultivator in the Shanghai realm, but a legitimate daughter of the Lin family from the Tianxian continent. During an outing, she was attacked by her opponent, her body was destroyed, and her soul escaped to the mountain and sea world owned by the Zhang family, and randomly entered the body of a woman, who is now Lin Shuiyao, but she never expected that Lin Shuiyao was pregnant with Qin Feng at that time, which made her a young girl, directly become a mother. Her soul was too weak and she couldn't leave, so she had to do it, but strictly speaking, she was really Qin Feng's mother. But with the birth of Qin Feng, she sadly discovered that all her meridians were blocked, and she had a water spirit body but could no longer practice. If you have any questions about this, go directly to chapter 59, I was scolded stupidly. Also, after she crossed over, she didn't have any contact with any opposite sex, no cow, no green, don't make up your mind, please. And her name is not Lin Shuiyao, her real name is Lin Yutong. After Chen Xuan heard her experience at that time, the whole person was confused. He knew that Lin Shuiyao would have some secrets, but he didn't expect it to be so exaggerated. It's really worthy of the plot of a eunuch novel. Then what does the real Lin Shuiyao? What does my husband want to do? Revenge for her? Lin Yutong said coldly. Ahem, of course not, I'm just curious. She's still alive, but I suppressed her. She can only watch me use her body, but I didn't do anything excessive. Chen Xian's eyes were strange. What do you mean, my husband? At that time, it was obviously you who forced it. Even if the real Lin Shuiyao came, it couldn't be avoided. And, when we practiced, I always blocked her, how could I let her see it? What do you mean I forced it? I remember you were also very. Chen Xuan didn't finish his words, and was covered by Lin Yutong's hand, not letting him say more. Okay, I won't say anything, pack up and move. I'll talk about Lin Shuiyao in detail tonight. At night, the city lord's mansion set up a dinner party. Chen Xuan and Lin Shuiyao came here as invited. Since Jin Ruoyan was pregnant, she was allowed to stay in the secret realm. Hey, brother Chen Xuan, are you coming out of the secret realm? Hey, brother, don't mention it. I have prepared for so long, but I still can't break through. It's all in vain. Don't think so. Cultivation is not something that can be done overnight. Besides, you are already stronger than many people at a young age. As long as you persist, you will reap rewards sooner or later. Zhao Dalong comforted, well, then I'll take your good words. By the way, Fairy Han, Zhao Dalong hesitated, are you looking for me? Han Wanqing suddenly appeared beside the two of them, and Zhao Dalong was so scared that he trembled, no, I just asked because I saw that Fairy Han hadn't arrived for a long time. Go and do your thing. I have something to say to my apprentice. Han Wanqing waved her hand directly, then I won't stay any longer. Zhao Dalong bowed and fled away. Chen Xuan looked at Han Wanqing with a puzzled look. Could it be that she really regretted sending him away? Should he refuse, or refuse? Chen Xuan, I have seen through your thoughts. Chen Xuan. That, you are a fellow who betrays your master and ancestors. You don't practice hard and follow the right path. You only think about some unorthodox ways. If you practice hard, you can do it naturally when your cultivation level is high. Why do you have to find me? She didn't finish the rest, mainly because she was embarrassed, and with her personality, she couldn't admit that she agreed to be Chen Xuan's woman. After all, she was Chen Xuan's master. Don't you want to save face? After Chen Xuan heard it, he had more questions in his heart. Is Han Wanqing crazy? Why does she keep saying things he can't understand? Before he could speak, Han Wanqing couldn't hold it back. Her face was slightly red, and she said viciously, okay, since you have done it, I will wait for you in the sect. When the sect competition comes, you must come. After that, she threw a storage bag to Chen Xuan, then pinched his face hard, and turned into a fragrant breeze and left. No, what is this? Didn't I say that I am not a member of the sect? Unfortunately, no one heard it. Chapter 30. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Watching Han Wanqing leave, Chen Xuan opened the storage bag she gave him. There was nothing special in the storage bag, but there were various elixirs, magic weapons, techniques and cultivation resources. In the most conspicuous position, there was also a bellyband. There was a note on the side of the bellyband, which read, "If you miss me, use this." Chen Xuan was also very familiar with this bellyband. He was forced to wash it many times by Han Wanqing. Chen Xuan. Forget it, I really can't figure out what this woman is thinking, so I'll ignore her for now. After saying that, Chen Xuan came to Lin Shuiyao, pulled her to a corner, and put her into the secret realm. It was time for his sister-in-law. After doing all this, he returned to Zhao Dalong. Have Fairy Han left? Well, there is something going on in the sect, so I took Kai Kun back first. That's good, that's good. Zhao Dalong breathed a sigh of relief. Han Wanqing put too much pressure on him. The main reason was that he witnessed the whole process of the vicious woman's methods. That was Zhou Ko, whose power was similar to that of Xianyang's sect. But she just didn't listen to any reason. If she wanted to beat you, she would beat you. By the way, why didn't I see my sister-in-law? Oh, you mean Warner. She was practicing. Brother, you don't know that there is a magical spiritual spring in the secret realm. After soaking in it, Warner actually had the ability to practice. There is such a thing. Chen Xuan was surprised, but he kept laughing in his heart. It was because he was severely defeated by Zhou Warner in that spiritual spring. Yes, but Warner is also lucky. The people I sent to protect her never met her from beginning to end, but she is still safe and sound. Zhao Dalong sighed. This is amazing. How about I check my sister-in-law's body? I've had this idea for a long time. After that, the two men smiled at each other and came to Zhou Warner's boudoir together. Brother, I still understand your rules. I'll wait for your diagnosis. Then I will do my duty. Chen Xuan bowed and walked into Zhou Warner's boudoir. Finally, Chen Xuan walked out of Zhou Warner's boudoir and said to Zhao Dalong with a smile, Congratulations, Brother Zhao, my sister-in-law has become a real practitioner. As long as she continues to work hard to practice, she will definitely achieve great things in the future. Zhao Dalong was ecstatic when he heard this. He took Chen Xuan's hand and said excitedly, Great. Brother, thank you so much. I, Zhao Dalong, will definitely remember your great kindness. Chen Xuan smiled and patted Zhao Dalong on the shoulder. Brother Zhao, you are too polite. We are brothers, and we should help each other. Besides, I don't have any great kindness, this is all my sister-in-law's own good fortune. This is my sister-in-law's opportunity. Zhao Dalong laughed. Well said. We are brothers, and we will work together in the future for our future. Then I congratulate brother Zhao. With my sister-in-law's status as a princess, plus the ability to practice, she can also get some benefits in the Zhou royal family. No, who knows what will happen in the future. Zhao Dalong laughed. By the way, I heard from the head of the Qin family that you are moving, brother. But is my Yanyu city not well received? No, it's just that Yanyu city is still too small after all, and it is difficult to develop. If you want to climb up, you still have to go to the capital. Think twice, my dear brother, you have such a big family now, and your brothers and sisters are so beautiful. If you go to other places, it is inevitable that someone will covet you. Zhao Dalong advised. After all, he has been coveting Chen Xuan's wives for a long time. When he is truly complete in the future, he will take everyone away while Chen Xuan is away and run away. But if Chen Xuan leaves now, wouldn't he lose so many top-notch women for no reason? How can this be possible? Chen Xuan glanced at him. How can I not know what you are thinking? But you should never, ever, have any thoughts about my women. You were not complete in the original text, and now, don't even think about it.